I love the background decor. Where did you get it? I got it from a collectible show near me that's called Frankenstein's, and it is not going to be near me for much longer because I'm changing states. So in anticipation of that, I got the remaining ones. Here's my funny bag of additional background decor. Wow, I kind of want to keep these together. It's against mage though, but I have them together. You're changing states. What are you doing? Becoming a liquid or gas? One moment. Chat, don't let me tempo this poke out. I feel like I might do it. So yeah, we have blue was my first game. Gold was what I played in Gen 2 at first, and Emerald was not my first Gen 3 game. My first was Alpha, or not Alpha, Sapphire. But I also played Emerald. Emerald is my favorite, and I already had a blue cartridge up there, so I went with Emerald over Sapphire. But I went back and got all the others. So here they are. I've got red version. He actually had to go into the back to get a red version for me. He was out of red versions. But we got there. This is not a game I've played. Alright. Because this was only released in Japan. Renee didn't laugh. Oh, she was in the other room. But I still got it. I do not think I have played Silver. I played Gold and then I played Crystal. Speaking of Crystal, here's Crystal. Oh, is this like returned? It's got like stickers on the back. Oh, maybe it was like their display one for a while or something. I don't know. But it doesn't matter to me. It's gonna be facing forward anyway when it finally goes on the wall. There's Ruby. I think I did actually play Ruby at a certain point. And finally, here's the Alpha that I didn't get, or the Sapphire. I keep calling it Alpha. Sapphire. This is low-key one of my favorite games of all time. Gen 3 was awesome, and Sapphire was my first iteration of Gen 3. Gen 3 gets a lot of hate because people didn't have patience for the water. But I loved Gen 3, including the water. So, I don't think it's deserved. You can see me being a shiny hunter. I actually am not. I refuse to play. What do I do about this, by the way? I try to get this over to the left. No, I try to get this over to the right so that I can do this. Okay, that's what I do. And then I just dredge it later. What are the stats for each deck? I have never lost a game, so 100% win rate on all the decks I played. Is there a working copy of green in that box? If only. They're just display things, but it'd be cool. Apparently green is just a worse version of the others, though. I'm doing this on purpose. I know this will destroy it, but I need Ceaseless to be bottom 3 when I play Finley. And now it is. I guess I could have sacrificed either of the other ones too. Like Razor Scale costs just as much. What you got there? So I need one of these, but it doesn't draw the card. I also need this, and it does draw it, so I'll take this one.
Do not touch.
Did I play yellow? I did. Oh my goodness, I don't have yellow. Oh my goodness, chat. I had all the ones that he got. Thank you so much for pointing that out, by the way. I would have been sad if I didn't have a complete set of them, and I would have noticed eventually. So I got the bag. I got them while I was there. I put them in the bag and I put it down, and that's the last I thought of it. Brayden, thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate you. Also, it occurs to me my opponent has ice block, so like Holy Wrath isn't even that good. You know, I think I'm gonna do this. We're just gonna start smorking them down because they don't have a lot of value. We'll just get them the old. What? Never in a million years did I think that would be that. But thank you, Amidas, because like otherwise I would have order walled. But yeah, so I'm gonna go back one last time this weekend, and then not again until I come back to visit my parents or something, if we find time for that. Divinely keep the order when shuffling. How does it work? So right to left is how it will be on the bottom of your deck. So if I Finlead now, this would be the bottom card of my deck. And this would be the second to bottom. In terms of Pokemon design, what is the best to worst Pokemon for each gen? Let's see, how many players can I offend? Have they not played an Ice Block yet? We've seen 2 objections. Weird.
Reveals the way.
May the light grant you peace. Is my suggestion.
Oh, it's Flame Ward. Yeah. So this will be Ice Block. Alright. That took me way too long. Okay, so best design for Generation 1.
You have skill of your own.
You have a skill of your own. Alright, I mean, next turn we could ceaseless them, but for all that does. Chat, if they stick around, I will ceaseless a wisp. I will wrath one of these wisps if they stick around. That is your reward. Worst is Mr. Mime. Best is Squirtle. Squirtle's just a little guy. Worst design for I think people would say Dunsparce for Generation 2. But I like Dunsparce, so I don't know what to say. Alright, here we go. Boop! We did it, chat. Base Gen 1 tape. Cool. What about favorite red-blue sprite before they fixed the art style? I just like them all, honestly. It's been too long since I played blue. Do we just lose? No way. That should be fine. It's close though, isn't it? Oh, it's not that close.
As if I could be clever.
Oh, the Golbat sprite was a masterpiece. That's true, yeah. You know what's sad is like it feels so mainstream to pick Umbreon as the best Gen 2 design, but like if you'd asked me this question 6 years ago before the Umbreon stonks went up, I'd have still said that one. I think like Umbreon is really good, like design wise. Like my personal favorite is Crobat. That's my favorite Pokemon, outside of Bonsly anyway. But like I don't know that I would describe that as like the best design. I feel like they did a really good job with Umbreon. But I mean, like maybe that's just evidence too. You know, like that's just like, you know, eventually people just started really loving it. So yeah. Gen 3, the worst design is Love Disc. Pokemon is stupid.
I see you've brought guests.
Gen 3 best design. Yeah, I like when I first saw Metagross, I rolled my eyes, but now it's one of my favorite Pokemon, so it's pretty funny how things change.
Let's see, what do I take?
Trying to think of like what a best design from Gen 3 would be. What would a worst design? I'm sure there's like really stupid ones. Oh, Love Disc. Yeah, Love Disc. Love Disc. Freaking stupid. Lunatone, best design hands down. Lunatone, huh? We got the Lunatone fans in chat. Lunatone and Solrock have had some of the coolest decks of all time in Pokemon, I think. That's probably just over exaggeration, but I think the design of Lunatone and Solrock in the TCG, at least in the old days, when they cared about more Pokemon being playable, like they had some really cool stuff. Like they had their very own deck a few times, where like it mattered how many Lunatones and Solrocks you had out. But also, should I just get Wrath? Get the Wrath. They had like some cool ones where they just have a nice effect when you have them both out. Like you're not going to build your whole deck around them, but you're going to run them both because if you get them both out, it's going to be beneficial for you. So like they're cool from that standpoint. Is Gardevoir the most popular? Why didn't I just play this instead of using my ETC? So stupid. Yeah, chat, do you think I'm the stupidest guy? Scale from 1 to dumb. Where do I stand? Gardevoir is a really popular Pokemon. Is that the most popular Gen 3 Pokemon? Not sure. I might give it to Blaziken. I'm trying to think of something other than Blaziken to pick. But like, I really liked Blaziken as a starter. It felt epic. I don't know why. It's pretty cool. I also really like Kyogre. And Rayquaza. Nose past his peak? Oh my goodness. I like, very few times, it's been exactly 2 times. There was one time when my younger sibling and I were in the grocery store when I was a children. And we were getting Lunchables, and I'm just playing cards at this point, by the way. We were getting Lunchables, and there were Pokemon themed Lunchables, which was very exciting. On the back of them, there were like little Pokemon that you could cut out. Was the idea that you have like little cardboard pieces of Pokemon. And the iconic ones were back there, you know, the 3 starters, Pikachu, whatever. And there was also Mr. Mime. When my sibling and I saw Mr. Mime, we lost it. We just like, we couldn't even handle it. We laughed in the middle of the store until we couldn't laugh anymore. It was great times. And then there was a time when I laughed by myself. My first My first encounter of Nose Pass was while playing Gen 3, and it showed up in the middle of a cave once. This Pokemon with a giant stupid nose. For those of you who aren't Pokemon fans, like, let me show you Nose Pass, right? This is, you're just playing Pokemon, you're sitting there being a children, enjoying yourself some Pokemon, and then this shows up. And its name is Nose Pass. Alright? You would laugh.
I need a vacation from my vacation.
Ooh, that was a snap pick. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is mine. What is that thing? It's terrifying. That's Nose Pass. Look at its silly nose.
Let me change your mind.
Zoop.
Open your minds to the light.
Open up your mind. See, I had myself a nice chuckle. I did. Man, do I give it to Rayquaza? Rayquaza is so epic. So yeah, maybe lowest cost is Levdisc, highest cost is Rayquaza, as far as design quality. The first time you see Nose Pass is in Roxanne's gym. That must have been where it is. No, you can see it in the cave right by it, for sure. I'm so confident of this. I would stake an entire beetle. Well, if power is what you seek, ceaseless expanse is what I provide. Get ready to lose one beetle? Oh no. You found exclusively in Granite Cave. To encounter one, you'll need to use Rock Smash on breakable rocks within the cave. It's recommended to use a Pokemon. Do you just like unlock Rock Smash after you beat that gym? I feel like Castform is the worst design of all time? No way. No way. Nah, Castform is cool. And it has the best attack, chat. It's got extra ball. Alright. But anyways, whenever I saw Nose Pass first, I lost my mind. It was a very stupid Pokemon. Here it is. Here's Castform. Extra ball. Here's the extra ball. Right? 1, 2, 3. Extra ball. What fruit has the best juice? I don't know why that question seems so silly to me. So like, you know, it's actually fine. Best juice. So like, if you're gonna have the juice like straight up, I think it's got to be orange. Like orange is at the exact perfect spot. If you just have pure, straight up orange juice, it is fine as it is. Stuff like apple juice can be a little sweet, and like pomegranate juice is really good, but I need to have that, you know, cut with something because it's like way too much by itself. You know, like 70% tea, 30% pomegranate juice. That is amazing. But yeah, so I gotta give it to orange juice. I feel like orange juice is too solid not to get the crown. I just want them to change the Reckless Apprentice interaction. Reckless Apprentice is a terrible deck that, you know, it would never be in Top Legend, right? Come on. Pear Juice is underrated. Real. I'm just kidding. MB Mage is fine, obviously. My Mixologist, I think this card is too weak for Wild. True. I should probably cut it. Should probably cut all cards from all my decks. They're too weak for Wild. Okay, so Renathal decks are just giant piles of cards that are fine. And Mixologist is a fine card. Like, you know, I don't know. Like Rooney isn't great. Rooney's slower than Mixologist. But it's fine. Curator's fine. You just put a bunch of fine cards in your deck and you're fine. That's how you win with Renathal. Is there ever a bad fruit juice? Expired fruit juice. I mean, like, you can't have like lemon juice straight up, right? Like, if you have just a glass of lemon juice, you're gonna have a bad time. So I think there could contextually be a bad juice. Should I give the druid 10 mana? Do you think that would go well for me?
It's your time now.
Let's see what nature has in store for me.
Oh, I think I will give them 10 mana. Yes, good. Not every card can be an orange juice. Some cards, like Mixologist, are apple juice at best, and that is okay. It's true. It's true. Hi, Doc.
Gather round, everyone. It's time for a celebration.
Ah. What are the secrets in there? Cat trick, explosive, freezing trap, wandering monster, and one more. It's not rat trap, is it? Snake trap? I like how as soon as you get the hunter one, you're just out of stuff.
Surely this way's way.
Now is the time.
Does the hunter one have XR? Yeah. Trying to remember what the last secret is.
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
Hmm.
Shaking us stirred.
I have little time.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Reporting for duty.
And is it bear trap? No way it's bear trap. That's crazy. What about apple grape juice? Once you start mixing things, like, the whole world opens up. Like, so many of the juices are god tier if you mix them with something else. Freezing hit the Nosdormu. Turns out you're just blind. We're all blind. We're all blind some days.
Faith reveals the way.
The time has come.
Open your minds to the light.
Open up your minds, let your fantasies unwind. Oh, it is misdirection. Alright. Are they each gonna take 2? Okay, thank goodness. Pineapple juice, meh. Pineapple plus coconut, god tier. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Hey, stop that. Alright, now we're in the problem zone again. This is actually probably pretty fine when you have 15 mana, to be honest. Rude. Ooh, they're just going face. They're going for it, chat. They are going for it.
Prophet, guide me.
I've already played Crystology. Well, let's see if we get the right location. No.
Gaze into the horizon, and you will see what is real.
We're gonna be rich. May the light grant you peace.
Alright, let's just draw Polk next turn and be fine. This Ysera feels quite good for Reno Paladin. It is nice having the extra Manaz. No way! I mean, maybe, I guess. I don't know. Seems bad. Like, with that much mana, I feel like the Rexar hero power is good. But I guess so is every card in their deck, and this lets you get a card in your deck, so it feels like a sin. I know it feels weird, but I guess? They're thinking about it, chat. They're giving the old thinkaroony.
That rope's burning again.
40 HP and 13 mana with a 40 card deck. Imagine showing this to a vanilla Hearthstone dev. Yeah, I guess it is kind of all over the place. Did we hit the DC out again? What's going on here? Feels bad.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Math? Alright, these two. Excuse me. It's pretty anticlimactic. I was watching someone yesterday who they actually don't include games if their opponent played stupidly. Like he was in a game, and he is a Pokemon streamer, and his opponent made what seemed like a misplay to him at first, and he was like, "Oh man, you almost made it into the video," and then it turned out to be like a fine play, and so he kept it. But it's interesting, like keeping good games instead of wins. Couldn't be me.